finally backfire on her. My roommate Jenna had this system where she created new house rules every week, but they only applied to me. She'd type them up and tape them to the refrigerator with my name at the top. Kitchen closes at 8 p.m. for deep cleaning. Tara cannot use the kitchen after 8, but she'd be in there making elaborate dinners at midnight. When I pointed out the double standard, she'd say, "I don't make messes like you do. This rule exists because of your behavior, not mine." She controlled everything. The thermostat could only be adjusted by her because I apparently didn't understand energy efficiency. The washing machine was off limits on weekends because those were her laundry days. I couldn't have guests over without 48 hours written notice submitted through email, but her boyfriend basically lived there rent-free. "He's not a guest. He's my emotional support," she'd say. The bathroom schedule was the worst. She decided I could only shower between 6 and 6:30 a.m. because any other time interfered with her routine. If I tried to shower at any other time, she'd turn off the hot water heater. Rules exist for a reason, Tara. This is about mutual respect. But she'd take 2-hour baths whenever she felt like it. She installed a lock on the kitchen cabinets where she kept the good food. I had one shelf in the fridge and one cabinet for my stuff. Everything else was hers. When my mom sent me homemade cookies, Jenna ate them all and said, "You left them on the counter, that's communal space. You should have put them in your designated area." But when I accidentally used her milk, she threatened to call the police for theft. The living room was basically her second bedroom. She'd spread out her work stuff everywhere and declare it a quiet zone when she was studying. But when I needed to study, she'd have movie nights with friends. "You can study in your room. I pay for half this apartment. I can use the common areas." She'd change the Wi-Fi password without telling me because I was apparently using too much bandwidth. Then she'd give me the wrong password on purpose and pretend it was a typo. I'd miss assignment deadlines because I couldn't get online. "You should have double-checked the password," she'd say. Personal responsibility is important. She started fining me for violations of her rules. $5 if I left a dish in the sink for more than an hour. $10 if I forgot to lock the door even though she constantly left it wide open. $20 if my alarm woke her up, but her phone calls at 3 a.m. were fine because some people have international friends. She kept a notebook documenting every perceived infraction. This went on for 2 years because breaking the lease would cost me thousands I didn't have. Jenna had me convinced that no other roommate situation would be better. "You're lucky I'm so organized and clear about expectations. Most people would just kick you out." She'd tell our mutual friends that I was impossible to live with, that she had to create structure because I was so chaotic. Then came senior year, when Jenna decided to run for student housing president. She campaigned on being the most responsible, fair, and organized candidate. She used our apartment as an example of her leadership skills. I've successfully managed a difficult roommate situation through clear communication and structured rules. She invited the housing committee to our apartment for a meeting to show them her system, the color-coded charts, the typed rules, and the violation notebook. She presented it all like she was some kind of genius. "This is how you create harmony in shared spaces," she said, pointing at her 43-page roommate handbook she'd created. That's when I decided to apply for the same position. Jenna laughed when she found out. "You can't even follow basic apartment rules. How could you manage student housing?" The debate was held in front of the entire student government. Jenna went first, talking about her innovative approach to conflict resolution and her proven track record of maintaining harmonious living situations. She actually brought her roommate's handbook as evidence of her capabilities. When it was my turn, I pulled out my own documentation. 2 years of photos, receipts, and recordings. "I'd like to share my experience with Jenna's management style," I said. I showed them the picture of the thermostat locked in a plastic box that only Jenna had the key to. The photo of me sleeping on the couch was taken because she declared my bedroom a storage area for her semester project without asking. The receipts for all the illegal fines she charged me. The recording of her admitting she deliberately gave me the wrong Wi-Fi passwords to sabotage my grades. The committee asked Jenna if this was true. She tried to explain that I needed structure, that I was chaotic, that her rules were reasonable. Let's review these reasonable rules.